Mm-hmm. Can this be real? What I feel, ooh, in my heart for you. Oh, can it really, really, really be true? Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my family, my wonderful YouTube subscribers, my wonderful Facebook followers. As a matter of fact, follow me on Facebook if you're not, and Twitter. I'm really on YouTube mostly though, but of course I do have a Facebook page. It's DJ Anwar at Facebook, so you may follow me on there. And y'all also can hit me up on my email at artistsforfreedom.com. I'm sorry, yes, Artists for Freedom. I said artistsforfreedom.com or thementalhouse.com. Okay? But more than likely, I really, really want y'all to put your comments right here below, because I really need to get some feedback on what you guys felt about this past week's season premiere episode of Iyanla Fix My Life with the young lady named Alexis, who found out that she did not belong to the person that she thought she belonged to, and that her name was Kamiah, and her mother was a kidnapper and a criminal, and so now she must have her whole reality shuffled upside down. Now, the first thing I want to say is, a lot of people really like to discredit Iyanla's work. And if you can't even agree with the concept that we are spirits having a human experience, again, in my opinion, we are spirits having a human experience. And if that is not a concept that you can even begin to deal with, then probably Iyanla is not for you. Because I always ask myself, I ask everybody else, I said, how come the eye can't see the eye, but is looking out at something, bearing witness? It's looking out of your body. So it's obviously separate because it's seeing something. It is bearing witness to what is going on. Am I right? Okay. When we begin to look at Iyanla and Fix My Life, maybe that's the Hollywood part of it. Maybe it should be Iyanla puts me on the path to fixing my life, because it's up to you to continue the work, not Iyanla. She just opens the doors for the path for you to get on this, to do the spiritual work. Because of course we already know, as human beings, we have the fight or flight response. When stuff gets too hot, too heated, too emotional, we can't put words to the pain, to the anger, to the resentment, to the hurt, all that. We become emotional. And we become angry. And a lot of times we go into rage, which is what we experienced on that season premiere. But with that being said, it's a natural response when you can't handle the truth. You can't handle it. That's why when she opens you up, it's up to you to continue the therapy, to continue the spiritual work, for you to go into those dark places of your life that needs fixing. So for that, I commend Iyanla. And there's not many people out here doing that type of work, because it's that sets you free. Not that stuff that you just one Jesus, Lord, Lord, Lord. Not that. Okay? Trust me. Been there, done that. Okay. I would love to ask that guy Aiken. It was like, why would y'all even come? I'm under the impression that the biological mother is the one who set up the appointment to see Iyanla. However, Something happened that transpired that made her not even want to be a part of it anymore. And she's probably gotten a few episodes of this rage, because that kind of rage doesn't happen in a vacuum. I try not to be I'm trying to be as objective as I possibly can, because the outburst that girl had was something that her father nor her mother is equipped to deal with. The Stock-Holm syndrome that she has acquired, which is a real severe situation, because the person is still sitting there in her existence. She can look at her, right, and she still loves her because that's who raised her. Okay? Now, I didn't like the father blaming Iyanla Vanzant for his daughter's outburst, like he never saw her madness before. You know good and well that's why your wife didn't come. Or not your wife, the girl that you impregnated when you were 24. You're at least 10 years older than her. So I got a problem right off the bat. You should have been in jail. So her very existence, I have a problem with. Oh, but I'm not going to go there, because see, a lot of that garbage is happening in our community too, and it needs to be addressed. Okay? This guy was not equipped mentally. If he was, he wouldn't have had a baby by a girl so young. Now, of course, that doesn't justify the girl getting stolen. And I hope y'all don't think that's where I'm going, because I'm not. I'm just saying, these are the kind of situations that set up in our community, that set up for failure, set up for just, it's already hard enough. We just make it harder. Like we love the pain of being in this condition. We're comfortable with it, because he should know damn well that he can't handle that girl. The mother washed her hands of it. That's why she didn't show up, even though she called Iyanla. So he comes with his new wife, like most black people do, and feel like they can put a band-aid on a bullet wound. Blood dripping every damn where, and they got a little band-aid, but they gotta put the little band-aid on. He's sorry the fact that he wanted to blame her. And I saw something that he made a statement. I guess the hood done came out of us, because her son said he was going to slap my daughter or whatever, and blah blah blah. Okay, your daughter was threatening his mother. You not one time did anything to stop your daughter from threatening this woman that's old enough to be her great-grandmother. There's a disconnect and a disrespect in this community, because a lot of y'all got messed up parents. A lot of y'all parents was using drugs. Y'all don't have no respect for your parents, so you lock every elder in that group with your sorry ass parent who mistreated you, who maybe put you in foster care, who maybe did all kinds of manners to you. So you got a lot of festering evil growing inside of you for elders. I saw that with that young lady. The fact that she can say what she said, I don't got no respect. Tell her I beat bitches like this and yada yada. And all the dad did was put his hands up. See, she's not going to ever get the help that she needs in the house with them, or even being with them. See how she slapped the boyfriend? Lord have mercy. She got the nerve to be having a boyfriend, and all this stuff is going on in her mind. You see how we put the horse before the cart? She got so much damn drama going on in her mind right now. And then she's slapping on him. So you guys are watching her just self-destruct, and now you want to blame it on Iyanla because her son said you're not going to hit his mother, and they put y'all asses out. Because let me say something, y'all didn't look to be very well to do, and when Iyanla and them rent them houses, And that production and stuff, they can't afford to have y'all tearing up their shit and the equipment. They can't afford to have you ignorant asses doing that. So I don't know what planet where they do that at, where you cuss the people out, threaten to stab them, do all of this stuff because somebody said you got to spend the night, and then you expect them to take you home while you're in rage. You see, though, you should call Uber and get home the best way you can, because you the one messed it up. I didn't even ask you to come. You said you wanted to do it, and now you think I'm gonna take your ass home after you showed out like that? Lord have mercy. I would have put you guys out too. I would have thought two damns and wouldn't have gave two damns about how y'all got home. I just said love and light. Hope they get there. What? I'm trying to help you? And Father, you didn't have anybody's back. You don't even have her back when she do her mother like that. So there's a lot of issues going on in that situation. I call her Alexis because that's who she is. And she's suffering from severe Stock-Holm syndrome. Like most black people right here in America, who, just like them, they got so much to say about Iyanla. I mean, and about Kamiah-Alexis. But they don't see that in their own self. How we enrage and how we just fight and kill one another, but we never kill our oppressor. We save the rage for ourselves. She took her rage out on Iyanla, but she didn't take her rage out on the kidnapper. She knew for a whole year that that woman kidnapped her. She told her friend. So for a whole year, she knew. But all the rage that was bottled up inside that girl. Now I must admit, I don't know if she ever went off on her mom like that. But I'm sure that's where she learned a lot of that, madness from. And it didn't help the situation that there was a different kind of connection, because psychologically in the back of that woman's mind, she knew she stole that girl. So Kamiah says she always felt something was wrong, because that's how it feels when you're lying, about something. Always tell people, I did that catfish thing way back before it was even a show. And I'm going to share something with y'all. It's a personal story, okay? So when I was young, I was a teenager, I did something real terrible. We were playing on the phone. We used to do all kinds of stuff like, is your refrigerator running? You need to go catch it, and all kinds of stuff. Because those were the days before the caller ID. And in that, one day we were playing on the phone, and we, my brother and I, we came upon some, girls on the phone that, he was talking to, or we could hear him way in the background and stuff like that. Because back then you had party lines. Listen, I don't want to date myself, y'all. Y'all already know how old I am, but some of this stuff gonna sound like the Twilight Zone, so I'd rather not get into all that. I'll just suffice it to say this: I catfished somebody before it was even a catfish. Okay, and they thought I was somebody that I wasn't. Okay. And once the realization came that, I can't go on with this lie, because I had played the lie all the way out. I kept doing it, and, but at some point, reality kicked in of what I was doing. Okay. And That was hard enough. The person was very angry with me, as they should have been. I was very angry with myself. But I had control of the whole situation. I can't imagine. I can't. Kamiah-Alexis existence where you had nothing to do with it. This is just something that was inflicted upon you. And you got to figure out how to navigate through this shit now. Because now you're 19. And you really just put out to pasture. You got to figure out who you are. And you don't have a clue. And you around people who are as damaged as you. Even more so. Anytime you got a 24-year-old man having sex with a 14-year-old girl, there's some issues going there. So you in the thrones of still emotional and mental illness. How you gonna get better? See? That's what black people don't want to deal with. Is how we can't deal with our mental state. We can look at her and see Stock-Holm syndrome, but we can't look at ourselves and see it. We can't look and see how we deal with society and everybody in it, especially the dominant group, just like Kamiah defends her kidnapper. We don't see it. It's the same thing. But I contend, if any of y'all know the 5 stages of grief, if you know what they are, I mean, look them up. Because once you understand what the 5 stages of grief are, you can look at us and see pretty much what stages we're in terms of our abuse. Okay? It's going to be real easy to see. And you can do it with your own life. You can be like, damn, let me see what stage I'm in with this madness. Okay? That's what you need to understand, because what you're going to find out, if you're willing to do the work, not run away, because it's real painful, and to stay in it, ooh, God, y'all, to stay in it is real deep. You know what I mean? Because what happens is when you're staying in that, you got to feel it. And it's hard to feel. Okay? And the framework that is built around healing is you're going to go through denial. You're going to go through anger. You're going to go through bargaining. Like, oh God, if I just find a deity or something right there, Lord, I'm sorry. You're going to go through depression. And then the final stage is acceptance. Now, what stage are you in? Even when you look at us as a people. Look at you in your life personally. You can just take it, like I said, your individual life, you can take it out to the community, then take it out to the state, and then take it out to the country. But you got to start with yourself. What are you in denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and have accepted? Personally, as you get older, you become more, you become to the stage of acceptance. I've accepted that we are captured people. See, I'm not in anger about that anymore. I don't even try to bargain anymore about it. I'm not in denial about it. And I'm certainly not depressed about it. Well, sometimes I get depressed at the state of us. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. But I'm more in acceptance. That's because I've lived a little longer. And so most of y'all young people are still hanging around denial, anger, bargaining. Kamiah has got a long way to go. And I wish her well. And I wish her family, her biological mother and father, would love their self enough to begin to do the work to even understand what is missing in them, and maybe they can find the proper tools how to deal with this life that they created, that they never raised. But they can't be in denial. They can't be acting like nothing has happened. Oh, well, we know she's been gone, but come on, Kamiah. Or bargaining with her. Can't do it. It's going to be very, very difficult. The parents need to get the help they need. Shanara Mobley, which is Alexis-Kamiah's birth mother, she really needs a lot of therapy, because as a 14-year-old, having full-fledged sex with a grown man is not appropriate. In fact, it's a crime. But nobody dealing with that. Nobody want to deal with that, because we pick and choose what we want to deal with. But we need tools to help us frame our lives and what we may be feeling. And if we don't love ourselves enough to do that, it's a life made in hell. And I mean that. So I'm going to go. And I'll be back a little later. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. See you next time in the Mental House. Bye-bye.